Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyrum. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hyrum and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. I just sat here for 20 minutes watching TikTok, forgetting that I already pressed record, my mic was on and the lights were already on. Where's my brain today? She's gone. Speaking of TikTok, if you haven't followed me, you should totally follow me. It's a great time and honestly, I never ever expected for TikTok to surpass YouTube in followers. Mind blown, I literally just got a TikTok a few months ago. I don't know what's going on. You guys are awesome, that's all I can say, and if you want to see videos like me pouring sunscreen all over my body and rubbing it aggressively, you're missing out on a lot. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Dove Cameron's skincare routine. This video is so requested over the past few months. You go to any of my videos, you will see Dove Cameron somewhere in the comment section with a bunch of likes. And I do want to partially apologize for not making this video sooner. In reality, other content creators on YouTube had already reacted to her skincare routine, like Susan Yara and Cassandra Bakeson, and I was like, honestly, I want the views to go to them. They already made the content, they deserve it. And I was like, oh, you know, it's okay, their requests will die out. Girl, they did not die out. Not one bit. You guys have been staying strong with your Dove Cameron requests, and actually just recently did a video with her updated skincare routine. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect timing. Also, the timing is kind of funny because not gonna lie, I didn't really know who Dove Cameron was before filming this video. I mean, like I recognized her face, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you where I knew her from up until I realized, oh, she's from Disney Channel, which is really funny because I reacted to Sky Jackson earlier this week, whom I also didn't know before the video, and who was also a Disney Channel star. Look at these awesome Disney Channel stars starting with skincare when they're young. I am happy to see it. But once I went to Dove Cameron's Instagram page and saw how active and vocal she's been about the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm like, girl, that's all I need to know about you. I fuck with you. So I'm really excited to see this routine. She has beautiful skin. I mean, that much is obvious. She honestly reminds me in a lot of ways of Lauren Gray. Just a beautiful doll-like face. So let's get into it. If you don't know me, I am a skincare specialist. That is the official title of my position at the skincare company that I work for. I am not, however, a licensed esthetician or a dermatologist, nor do I ever claim to be or know more than either of them. If you do have any concerns with your skin, please go see your esthetician or dermatologist to get that shit treated. This is all just for fun and information's sake. I also think her name is really cool. Like, who names their kid Dove? That's a really unique name. I really like that. Oh, okay, so it was a partnership with Vogue. Ooh, get that coin, boo. That's awesome. The video is called Dove Cameron's Ultimate Day to Night Beauty Routine. Beauty Secrets. Ooh, the mystery.
Hey guys, this is Dove Cameron.
Oh wow, she's beautiful without any makeup. Beautiful complexion.
Full morning skincare routine, and then a sort of a day into night look. The first thing that I do is I use this Shu Uemura oil-based cleanser.
I don't know that one. Shu Uemura?
ASMR.
Well, what is that sound? I don't know if I just live under a rock, but I'm not familiar with this brand. Okay, so she uses the green. Whoa! Oh my goodness, no wonder I haven't heard of the brand. It's $83 for a cleansing oil.
$83.
Oh lord, okay, wow. That is the most expensive cleansing oil I've ever seen. So I mean, it may seem hypocritical because I do like some products like serums and moisturizers that are that expensive, but when it comes to wash off products, typically they tend to be a lot cheaper because the ingredients aren't as high quality and you're only leaving it on your skin for a good 30 seconds maximum, and it's definitely a product that quite literally just goes down the drain. So I don't like spending a lot of money on any cleansing products, let alone $83. Sorry, I keep saying that. It's just kind of blowing me away. Very highly rated though. Let's look at the ingredients. Do they have the ingredients? They don't. That's a turn off immediately. I don't know why so many luxury skincare brands expect you to drop major cash on a product and never disclose the ingredient list on their website. Like, if anything, I would expect you more so to put your ingredient list on your website, as opposed to say like a $5 product. Well, I can't find the ingredient list anywhere, so you know how I feel about ingredients, and if I can't find an ingredient list for a product anywhere online, let alone their own website, I'm immediately turned off. There's just a lack of transparency there that I'm not comfortable with. Okay, two things. So first, I noticed that she only goes in with a cleansing oil and not a cleanser afterwards. Unless you have severely dry skin, I don't recommend doing this because with the cleansing oil, it's supposed to break up the makeup, the dirt, the excess sebum and oil, rinse it from your face, and then you go in with a cleanser afterwards, which is going to go deep into your pores and help to break out any excess oil left on the skin. Now, I'm not too mad because it already looks like her skin was free of any makeup. So if she, just woke up and she's only using an oil cleanser and she has really dry skin, I guess it's okay because at that point your skin doesn't produce very much sebum, so there's not much to cleanse. But in general, I always recommend following up with a water cleanser after using a cleansing oil, especially if you wear makeup. That's a definite must because otherwise you're on a quick road trip to Breakout City. It's not going to be fun. But the next product she goes in with is a Barbara Sturm serum. Now, if you aren't familiar with Barbara Sturm as a brand, she has a very, very, very luxury price point brand. The products range from good $100 to $250 each. So cheap change, definitely. Totally weekend spending money. You would have to promise me eternal salvation for me to drop that much money on a single serum, especially considering the ingredient lists of Barbara Sturm products. That hyaluronic acid serum, guys, I'm serious when I say it is a glorified version of the ordinary serum. That's how simple the ingredient list is. It's not impressive to me whatsoever. And even though they do claim to have really high quality ingredients, at some point, high quality maxes out in what you're paying for, which is why for me, most skincare products I would not spend over $100 for, unless it was really special. And considering that the ingredient list of that product is extremely simple, they're charging up the butt for it, and you can get the exact same results from the ordinary hyaluronic acid serum. I'm just like, why? People are throwing their money away. Now, if Dove Cameron got it in PR, girl work, use that free shit, I respect it. But for anyone who's seriously considering purchasing it, please pass. I mean, if you are someone who's like, I want a luxury price point product, get a really good quality product with a much better ingredient list and donate the rest of the money to charity. Like, honestly, that's a way better thing to do because the price point for Barbara Sturm products is just astronomical. But we know that Dove Cameron has money. She got that money. But yeah, looking at the ingredient list, it's nearly identical to the ordinary. And honestly, when I see someone using a very similar concept, a very similar design, a very similar philosophy, and charging that high of a markup, at what point do we call it immoral? I'm just saying, I could never charge that high of a price point for a product with that simple of an ingredient list. Whew, that was a lot of tea.
This is my second favorite serum, Hydric and Lipidic system. And it's really, really nice.
Oh, let me look again. I couldn't tell what product that was. Oh, okay. That's the serum. Oh, what is it called? It starts with a C. Or it has a C somewhere in the name. Clarins, there we go. Yeah, so that's the Clarins double repair serum or double serum, something like that. I actually haven't looked at the ingredient list of this product in a long time since I've learned more about skincare. What I do remember though is that when I did work at a luxury department store, this was one of my favorite brands because they definitely have a really good commitment to ethical sourcing and they have a bunch of programs to really empower the people who are sourcing their ingredients and stuff like that, which is, incredible and definitely rare to find at a luxury price point. Okay, oh wow, so it has a lot of ingredients, a lot. Let's see. Yeah, I'm already kind of iffy about this ingredient list. Don't get me wrong, this product has a lot of good ingredients, but they're all at the very bottom of the ingredient list, and guess what ingredient is high up on the ingredient list? You guessed it, for $500, fragrance perfume. And yeah, the highest concentrated ingredients are just like literally what you can find in CeraVe products. So not impressed. At least they're trying a little bit more than Barbara Sturm though. I've definitely heard a lot of good things about this serum.
Basically, I've been putting this vitamin E oil on my skin for the last like 3 or 4 months. Changed my life. It's so thick. This is definitely not for people.
Okay, she must have dry skin.
Who don't want oily skin, but for me it's perfect. An ex-esthetician taught me when I was much younger, where you wake up your skin's circulatory system, and I think it helps the product seep in. It might just like wake your skin up and be like, hello, have color. But I do this thing where I...
Why? Sorry. I'm not coming for Dove Cameron, I promise. There's this myth in the skincare community that it's like you want to slap your skin to wake it up. And I'm just kind of like, where is the data to back that up? Not that everything needs to have data, but for how widely spread of a myth it is, I'm just kind of like, I don't know where you're seeing that. There is definitely like a good strategy in how you apply your products and how you're like pressing on the under eye area to like help get rid of the puffiness, patting the products into your skin to help them seep in more. But slapping your skin, I don't know, I guess it will give you like an instantaneous color, like how in the old days they would like pinch their cheeks to make them look red. But it's always confused when I see that. If you do have any data showing a connection between efficacy of skincare products and slapping your skin, let a bitch know in the comment section section down below, but I have yet to see that. As for the oil she used, I honestly couldn't see what it is. She kind of covered it. Vitamin E in general, you know, I like vitamin E. I don't think it's necessarily like the best thing to use at really high concentrations because vitamin E can cause some sensitivity in the skin. And I know in the past when I have used a strong concentration of vitamin E in an oil, it did cause some, you know, redness, sensitivity. And vitamin E is known for sometimes, depending on the ingredient suppliers, it can be a low quality ingredient, which is where you want to be careful. I personally prefer vitamin E in a moisturizer or an oil with a well-rounded formula, so you're getting a lot of really good ingredients, and also vitamin E as well at a lower concentration. But yes, vitamin E can have great benefits for the skin, and particularly if you are wanting a lot of moisture, definitely vitamin E is a great ingredient to look for.
Okay, very oily. This is my favorite daily moisturizer, this Weleda Skin Food.
Oh boy.
I wanted like something really, really thick and intense for a time that I was super dry. And somebody recommended this and it's so good. I use it all the time now because not only can I not find anything thicker.
Okay, wow.
I'll sleep in it a lot as well. But I also, it gives me such a nice glow underneath my makeup. I know you're gonna be like, oh my god, that's so much oil for daytime.
Okay, you know what? I take back what I said about not cleansing in the morning. As long as she's going in at nighttime with a water-based cleanser, it seems like she has extremely dry skin because she's going in with very, very hydrating products. And especially when she's speaking to like wanting to use thick creams and thick serums, her skin is probably severely dry, and not using a water cleanser in the morning would be best, so long as she's cleansing at night. But you know what? I think that moisturizer is another luxury product. Let me see real quick, because I believe I found it at Nordstrom. If I remember right, it has fragrance, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me look. Never mind. I totally take that back. I was thinking of a completely different brand. This one is actually a really good price point, $18.50. Yay! I'm glad to see you're incorporating one affordable product in your routine. Okay, wow, pleasant surprise. Let me look at the ingredient list. Okay, so the first ingredients are really good. It has sunflower seed oil, sweet almond oil, both of which are really hydrating for the skin, but unfortunately limonene is listed very high up on the ingredient list, which is a fragrant component that can be very irritating to the face. It's also formulated with fragrance, as well as linalool and geranium, which likely means that there's a lot of essential oils in this product. Oh, as well as citral and coumarin. Okay, yeah, this has a lot of fragrance. My goodness. Like a third of the ingredients are fragrance. I mean, I'm glad she's found a moisturizer that's very thick and heavy for her skin, and honestly, at that point when someone's like, I'm trying so many moisturizers and nothing's working for my skin, nothing is providing enough hydration, if you don't experience sensitivity to fragrance, by all means go for that one, because you can't find anything else like it. But I would say this isn't something that I would go for. Product I've recently discovered that's a very thick moisturizer but really good is the SkinFix, I always forget the name, Lipid Peptide Cream. I went through this entire bottle and I'm currently using another bottle of it. It's really good because it's very thick, very heavy, but it has a lipid complex. It works in 3 different ways to restore your skin's natural barrier, and it is kind of, you know, luxury. I think it's like $50, but it's very good, very thick, and fragrance free. A much better ingredient list than this one.
After that, I will go in with my eye cream. So this is from Beauty Counter.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
using it for a while. I just get a little bit. It's my boyfriend laughing like a maniac in the corner of the house. One really important part of skincare, this is my next step, which is lip balm. This is another Barbara Sturm product. I just love her. I'm a big fan. The most important thing for me is water. I feel like if I don't have loads and loads of water, I can definitely see it in my skin. And it's annoying to like have to pee all day, but it's worth it. It's good for you, your whole body.
Another one of my favorite myths. No, actually, water is good for your body. You should be consuming a lot of water. I think I more so get annoyed when people are struggling with acne and pimples or breakouts and people are like, drink water, it'll clear it up. No. Okay, so this one, yep. It's expensive. I mean, not that I should expect anything else, but it's $69. Definitely pricey. It has glycerin, shea butter, squalane. Oh, it has bakuchiol. Ooh, okay. Bakuchiol is an ingredient that's starting to be studied more and more. There's one study that showed that it could have similar effects to retinol, but it's still being studied. I definitely see it as an encouraging ingredient though, and I like to see it in skincare products. So that's great. There's sunflower seed oil, ferments, bark extracts. Wow, and it's fragrance free. This is a really good ingredient list. I mean, it's definitely expensive, $69. That is really pricey, especially for something like an eye cream, which isn't necessary in a skincare routine, but at least this one is non-sensitizing, so it's not going to irritate the most sensitive part of your face, the under eye area. So from a formula perspective, I like this one. As for the Barbara Sturm lip balm, you know, when it does come to lip balms, I will say it's hard to find really, really good lip balms. I mean, I am constantly struggling to find a good one, and That is one product where I'm like, I'm okay with fragrance because honestly, nothing works and it's really difficult to find. So I can excuse that a little bit if that's the only one that's been working for her.
Today, I'm gonna show you just my day-to-day look with a little bit of a elevation, a little more glam than I usually go. I can go from anywhere from this on a daily basis to like slight fresh glam and then like full beat. I'll take like 3 hours to get ready to go out, and sometimes that's really fun. So this is one of my favorite foundations, this All Hours.
What? Oh. She didn't go in with a sunscreen. And her skin is so pale. Oh, I feel bad, I feel bad, I feel bad, I feel bad. But the roasting is about to start. So she missed the most important part of her skincare routine, a sunscreen. I hate to break it to anyone who's watching who doesn't use a sunscreen, but if you have an entire skincare routine and you don't use a sunscreen, none of that shit matters. 90% of premature aging in the skin is due to sun exposure alone, and it causes a plethora of other issues like dehydration, dryness, sensitivity, redness. All these problems, and it's the most researched topic in skincare. If you do not use a sunscreen, you may as well not use a skincare routine. And I'm gonna try to give her the benefit of the doubt. This is called a day to night routine, but as she's filming this, I'm not sure if she's only using her studio lighting, but it looks like there could be some natural light. And here's the thing, even if you are getting ready at like say 4 o'clock, you're like, oh, the sun's only gonna be up for 2 hours or another hour, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sorry, but you still have to wear sunscreen. If you want to fight aging as much as possible, you should have sunscreen on your face pretty much 24/7. You know what? I'll go easy on her. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope that it is already nighttime by the time she's doing this and that she uses a really bomb sunscreen during the day. Because realistically, her skin is so fair that she would need to use the highest protection level possible and need to be reapplying multiple times throughout the day in order to protect her skin enough. So I hope to God that she's doing that. Otherwise, I'm just like, girl, you're spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on skincare that is just gonna be rendered useless because you don't wear a sunscreen. Okay, well, I felt like I went a little bit hard on the end of that routine. I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. Overall, I think this skincare routine is, okay. There's definitely a lot of disagreements that I have with some of the formulas, but I'd say even from a formula standpoint, this routine isn't terrible. Like a lot of the products do have good ingredients. I'd say my biggest turnoff is purely the price points. I don't like the normalization of using really, really expensive products for every step of the skincare routine because it communicates to people that in order to have good skin, you need to spend a lot of money on skincare. Now on my channel, I've tried really hard to fight that narrative that a lot of luxury skincare companies want you to believe and tell people, hey, why not get a Balm skincare routine for half the price? And obviously things like the eye cream, it is a little bit more expensive, but it's fine. I just worry about like the cleansing oil, serum, that adds up quick. Obviously the sunscreen was a big concern, but I'm just gonna hope it was already nighttime by the time she was filming this and there was gonna be no sun exposure whatsoever. Crossing my fingers. But overall, I do think Dove has a good grip on understanding her skin, what it needs, finding products to match that because she does seem pretty happy with her routine. As it was more like, oh, I've loved this product for a long time, as opposed to like, I'm just trying this new product because I don't know. She seems to have a good sense of what she wants. I just hope that in the future she can use products that are a little bit less fragranced and maybe hopefully open her mind to products that are a little bit lower priced. What do you guys think of this skincare routine? I would love to know your thoughts below. As always, do you have anyone you think I should react to next? I would love to know who you think. I highly recommend that you go follow Dove Cameron on Instagram. She's very vocal about Black Lives Matter, which I think is amazing, and considering how many celebrities aren't using their voice to talk about that, I think we definitely need to direct support towards people who are. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.